So this is an imbalance. Okay, so now let me show you guys some examples. Okay, so this example I showed in my previous video as well. This is my favorite type of imbalance trades where, let me actually, these are my favorite types of imbalance trades where the market starts creating, in a downtrend, it starts creating liquidity by creating equal highs. This tells me that yes, there is a very high chance the market is going to come into this imbalance and then reverse or continue lower. Okay, so as you guys can see, market was creating some sort of liquidity. It was creating a resistance. It was creating equal highs. What happens? Market comes back into that zone, and then it reverses, grabs all these equal highs. You guys can see the market came back up after a little while. It didn't take that long, but it took longer than usual in this case. But it was still fine. Market came back into the... So whenever you want to trade an imbalance candle, your stop loss should be right above the body, should be right above the start or the little wick, that very small wick, right above that. Okay, you want to have your stop loss just above that, because if this imbalance candle is going to be respected, the market has no reason to come above this, above the high or the start of this candle. Okay, so you want to keep it safe, you want to play it safe. Okay, so over here you guys can see the same thing. USD CHF, there was an imbalance. Not only that, before the imbalance, market grabbed liquidity, created new market structure, and when this whole half of the candle was my entry zone. Okay, as you guys can see, I draw it out with my rectangle. My stop loss is going to be just below that start of the candle, just below that. Now this entry didn't get triggered. It was, no, actually, yeah, it didn't get triggered. It was missed by 0.1 pip, whatever. But the concept, the idea how to trade imbalance is exactly like this. And like I said, my favorite type of imbalance trades are when the market starts creating some sort of liquidity and then drops into my entry zone, grabbing all that liquidity and then reverses from there. So once again, let me give you guys a small lesson on what imbalance is. And also one more thing. Over here, as you guys can see, there are multiple imbalance zones. So we have one here, we have the second one here, and we also have a third one here. This is also an imbalance because there is no wick to the left, no wick to the left, no wick to the right. So how to trade this? Now, usually I stay away from something like this because this is a game, this is a risk, okay? And I don't like to take risk more than I need to. So over here, I would be risking a lot. I would be risking entry over here. I would be risking entry over here, entry over here. In this scenario, you can do two things. You can either draw your Fibonacci and enter wherever you see the most important zones line up, or you can be patient and you see where the market starts to create liquidity. So if, for example, market starts creating liquidity above this entry zone and then dips into this area, that could be a potential trade. Or if the market starts to create liquidity above here and then dips into this area and then continues higher. Or chances are market is going to violate all these imbalances, fill all of them out, come back to this zone and then reverse. It doesn't matter. You will win some, you will lose some. But the most beautiful trades or the most ideal trades are whenever there's liquidity just above or below the imbalance. So if you guys have any questions regarding imbalance, I'm sure this video will clear them out. But even if there's something that is unclear, ask me the questions. Also, there's an imbalance here. You guys can see there's an imbalance here. Market came into that half and then continued up for a little bit. So the market will always fill the imbalance out. Best trades are when the market is coming down after a little bit. Not too soon, not too late, okay? Just after a little bit and then give you that little entry and that little trade. Doesn't matter how many pips. All that matters is how you trade imbalance, how you see imbalance, how you trade it. So we have imbalance over here, this imbalance, but the previous market structure, none of that got broken, so we're not going to trade this. We're going to look for a market structure break. For example, let me show you guys some example on an impulsive move right here. Beautiful. So you guys can see there was an impulsive move right here. okay, that created imbalance. No wick to the left. The previous candle has no wick to the left. The next candle has no wick to the left. So this is an imbalance zone. But the problem here, what is the problem here? The market took too long to come back. So if the market comes back and still respects this imbalance, chances are it's only going to be for a little bit. It might reverse up and then continue lower. So we don't want to trade something like this. Yes, there is break of market structure. There is an impulsive move. There is imbalance, but the market took too long to come back. So I hope this video gives you some sort of insight into the imbalance trading idea. It is very simple. All you have to do is be patient, look for the criteria that fills out, and look for these impulsive moves. They happen all the time. Don't worry about that. I trade imbalance usually on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, mostly 99% of the time. But if there's a very huge candle, I might drop down to the small time frames. But that's how I trade imbalance. If you guys have any questions, please ask me in the comments below. I will make future videos with more examples. This was just to give you a small introduction to imbalance. So don't worry, I'll make future videos as well with more detail, more examples, so you guys will understand better. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for all the support. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.